Hi everyone. I thought I would do a video today featuring one of my eye palettes, the bareMinerals Ready eyeshadow, and this is in the Elements. It's a palette that I feel like I bought it because it was unique. It's kind of an unusual combination of colors, and because of that I find myself kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure what to do with it. So I came up with a look the other day that I liked quite a bit, and I'm like, hey, why don't I wear this more often? It's so pretty. So in case anybody else is out there kind of looking for ideas on how to wear this palette, I thought I would do a look for you. So I have already primed my lids with Too Faced Shadow Insurance and Lemon Drop, and I also have foundation on. I applied it right after I did my moisturizer this morning, so quite a while ago, and I am wearing Revlon ColorStay, the combination oily formula in 110 Ivory, which is a little dark for me. But I'm just having a lot of foundation issues right now, and I'm thinking about maybe going shopping today to try to find something, because right now I don't have anything that really gives me the coverage that I want to even out the redness in my face, and that doesn't settle into my pores, so just feeling a little irritated about foundation. So anyway, so that's the face. The first thing I am going to do really quickly is just touch up with some concealer. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer, and this is in shade number 1. I have a lot of kind of little broken blood vessel looking situation on my cheeks here, and just overall redness, and I'd like to kind of tone that down before I put blush on. So I just take a tiny, tiny little dab of this. It goes a long way. And you can always grab more. And I'm really going to just focus on patting this on as opposed to kind of blending it. Just because this will sit in my pores too if I'm not careful. Next, I'm going to fill in my brows using the uemura Hard Formula number 9 in Seal Brown pencil. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. $1 spoolie to blend out the brows a bit. So in this palette, I'm going to go in with Air, which is kind of a shimmery gray tone. And I'm just going to use a MAC 239 and pat this on my lid. Next, I'm going to take the watercolor, which is kind of a tealish, slightly darker teal blue-green. I'm going to take the same brush and just use the other side of it, and I'm going to kind of pack that on to the outer half of my lid. And I am going to pull that just a little bit up into my crease, but not too far. Looking slightly crazy, but that's okay. Don't worry. Next, I'm going to take a clean blending brush. I'm using a MAC 217. I want something that's a little bit smaller, that isn't too big, that isn't going to spread the color all over the place. Because what I really want to do is just blend between the two shades and also bring the blue a little bit further into the crease. and just kind of soften the edges. Next, I'm going to take a crease brush. This one is a Sigma E45 and it's the small tapered blending brush, it says. Basically, I want something with kind of a sharp tapered point, and I'm going to go into the crease with this fire color, and I want to make sure that I don't get too much product too high up into my crease, since I don't have a lot of room between my brow and my crease. So if you have more room, then obviously you could use something a little bit bigger, bring it up a little further. So I'm taking that into the more inner part of my crease, as well as going over a little bit where we already have the water shade. Now I'm going to take another fluffy brush, and this one's also clean, and I'm just going to kind of blend out the very top around my brow bone, and then I'm going to go in with the face powder that I'm going to use to put a little bit up there just to kind of soften the look and bring it just a touch down. So the powder I'm using is this Sonia Kashuk Bare Minimum Pressed Powder, and this is in Translucent Fair. If you have a powder, an eyeshadow that is a good skin tone for you, that would also work. But since I have this powder out, I figured I might as well use it for this. And so I'm just going to put this up at the brow bone, just to blend a little bit. And also kind of clean up around this edge. On my lower lash line, I'm going to take the Earth color, which is kind of like a green gray. I'm going to use the pointed crease brush. Just kind of softly apply that on the outer half or so of my lash line. I don't want to bring it in too far because it will kind of close off my eyes. And I'm just going to go in with the Air shade, the shimmery one, and do that on the inner half of my lower lash line. And also in the inner corner. I'm going to tightline with this Urban Decay 24/7 liner pencil in Demolition, which is just a very deep brown. On my lower waterline, I'm going to use this Rimmel Scandaleyes pencil in Nude. Been liking this pencil quite a lot. I'm very curious to try out their other pencils in this formula, just because this seems to last on my waterline pretty well. But it's also a lot harder to notice when it's wearing away, just because it's fairly similar to the natural color that's down there. Last up on my eyes, I'm gonna apply Maybelline Great Lash in dark brown. And just for reference, the color completely does not matter. I've just been really liking this mascara. I had bought it with the intention of, you know, the brown being somehow different from the black. But when I did comparisons, you know, one eye with black, one eye with brown, even in pictures I couldn't even tell. So definitely does not matter what color mascara you use. And I'll link the blog post below if you're interested in checking out my little comparison shot. Before I do my lower lashes, I am going to go in with concealer. For my concealer, I'm using this Bobbi Brown Corrector, and this one is in Light Bisque. There is one that's a shade lighter than this, but it's a little bit more, I think it was a little more kind of a pink tone as opposed to the more salmon tone. And I do find this quite brightening. I really like the formula. I had not been using this, and I don't know why. Now I'll just go back in with the Great Lash for my lower lashes. Now I'm just going to go in with my pressed powder, the Sonia Kashuk Bare Minimum Pressed Powder in Translucent Fair. And I will put that just kind of in my T-zone. And I'm just applying that with a Real Techniques buffing brush. True to the translucent name, this doesn't have a lot of coverage, but it has a really nice finish. For blush, I'm going to use a shade that's in my Z palette, and I'm just going to pop it out here. It is this one, and it is an e.l.f. Blush in Tickled Pink. I'm not sure, this must have been a studio blush. It doesn't have a huge amount of pigmentation, so I'm just going to use my little buffing brush here to apply. Also because I didn't bring a blush brush. Whoops! And for something kind of fun on top, I'm going to put this Elizabeth Arden Pure Finish Highlighter in Rose Illumination. This was a limited edition with, oh, when was this? Last summer maybe? I'm not sure. Somebody called it Rose Gold, and I'm like, ooh, gotta check it out, and I bought it. It's pink, but it has a super duper strong gold shimmer, which you can kind of see there. It's very easy to overdo it with this. One time I took kind of like a fairly dense brush and like swirled it in there. Woo! My cheeks were glowing. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques, which one is this? Duo Fiber Contour Brush to apply this. And I want kind of warm, shiny cheeks to help offset the cooler tones on my eyes. For my lips, I'm going to use a Jordana Easyliner pencil in Honey Dip. I've just been kind of trying to get in the mode of lip pencils. I only have a few of them, so I'm trying to really, you know, use them. And I do like that I can kind of get a color down and then blend it out, and then put a gloss over the top, and I'll have a color, but it's not that kind of thick layer lipstick. These pencils they really slide on easily and transfer. I mean, you barely have to make any effort at all to get the color on, which is not always the case. I find a little bit drier of a pencil is actually kind of easier to work with, for me personally. It's more forgiving of mistakes. So I'm gonna mostly fill it in and then just gonna blend it out. And this also will give me a little bit more of a distinct lip line where I have lots of freckles at my lip line. So sometimes it can look a little smooshy. And for my gloss, I'm going to use my ever trustworthy Laura Mercier Lip Glace, and this one is in Bare Blush. So that's my finished look using the bareMinerals Ready Eyeshadow Palette in the Elements. The quality on these shadows are pretty great, and this one is just a rather unique combination of colors, so I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested. And if you already have it, hopefully this gave you a few ideas on how to use it. Something a little bit easier to wear would be the same kind of thing, but not bringing the blue up into the crease and just kind of leaving it down on the lid, blending it out a little bit more, and then just like really softly putting kind of an orange haze into the crease. That also is really pretty. I have done that before too. So let me know if you've tried out this shadow palette, if you have tried anything else in the line that you really liked. I know that there are a lot of palettes in this line that come very highly recommended by a lot of people, really good quality stuff. So I haven't seen any of the other colors that have really grabbed me, but I do always kind of check it out and think about grabbing one whenever I look at the display. So maybe at some point I'll pick another one up. But anyway, I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you're having a great day, and I will be seeing you soon. Thanks for watching.